Rashad, why you
Anyway,
didn't hit me up?
Rashad. Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
Oh, snap. That's me. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. My name's Rashad Milligan. If you're new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. Yeah, man. You guys seen the title. You know what we're talking about right now. First things first, though, I want to shout out D-Lou. Shouts out to D-Lou, bro. Saw this clip. Just wanted to share with you all and things of that sort. Yeah.
East Coast.
Excuse me. Let me turn it up.
This is March 15th, 8:15 p.m. East Coast time. D-Lou has currently 53 viewers. Watch where I'm going to be next year, March 15th, 2026. Watch. This is March 15th.
WD Lou, bro. WD Lou. He's a good dude. A lot of people don't even know, like, their introduction to D Lou is the streaming stuff and 5-star and things of that sort. But like, D Lou is a rapper. He's an artist. He'd be with Bay Swag and Cash Cobain, all those guys and stuff like that. He was literally with Bay and Swag and Cash Cobain when they came to do one of the End of the Booths, and he just kind of stole the show and became a superstar from there, or at least a viral online star and things of that sort. I felt like he was the star of the In Too Deep season 2, and shouts out to D-Lou. He definitely has a bright future. He's funny. He can do impersonations, and he can do improv, all of it. He's a talented guy. I didn't know he was so talented in like other fields other than just music or being funny, but like he's legitimately like a movie star. So I wish the best for him, and I don't think anybody deserves it more than him, honestly, to be quite frank. So salute to D-Lou, W-D-Lou, 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 and blessings and everything like that to him. Okay, let's get into it, man. One of them ones. This one of the moments of the year, every single year where it makes some noise. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's get into it. The 2025 Complex Hip Hop Media Power Rankings list. Last year, this started a lot of conversation. It started the whole beef with Elliott Wilson dissing Kai Cenat, and that got him some clout and things of that. They got Elliott Wilson back in the conversation for hip hop media, and kind of led into him having the Elliott Wilson experience and the new show, The Bigger Picture, with Jeremy Heck and DJ Head, things of that sort. So what does this year entail? I think the first thing is I haven't heard that many people talk about it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I just haven't heard that many people talk about it. Shout out to Jelani Turner Williams. I know that name. I've seen it before and stuff like that. So I just wanted to shout her out, things of that sort. Yeah, I definitely know who that is. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, I know. All right, anyways, let's get to the stuff, shall we? Let's get to the stuff. So this was written by Dimas Sanfio Renzo, Jelani Turner Williams, Peter A. Berry, Will Lavin, Jordan Rose, Allison Bettinelli, and Will Scroob. And here he goes. The pictures, the featured photos are Kai Cenat, Charlamagne the God, Nadeska Alexis, and Joe Budden. All right. Let's skip the intro. We're not trying to read all that. 25. John Mencia? Who the heck is that? What does he do? Oh, he's on Popcast and the New York Times. Okay. All right. Well, salute. Shouts out to the New York Times. 24. Zias and B-Lou. That's kind of low. They just had Snoop Dogg. They had Snoop Dogg on their stream. 24 kind of low. What they gonna say? There's an art to a great reaction video. Plenty have tried, but few have consistently done it well. As Zias and Bilu, they remain one of the best as blending sharp commentary with humor, thanks to their natural chemistry and ability to riff off of each other in ways that feel effortless and entertaining. Their reaction to Not Like Us was so impactful. It was even incited in Drake's initial defamation lawsuit against UMG. True to form, they followed up with an even funnier reaction video, this time about the lawsuit itself. And one lawsuit doesn't stop the show. One of the highlights is Drake dropping What Did I Miss? Is Zias and Bilu's reaction video about the Iceman single. Oh, man. Hold on. This is written by Jordan Rose. Don't knock this over. Jordan Rose, is that my dog? Well, not my dog, but someone I know over there at Complex. Let me see. Yeah, that's Jordan. Yeah. Jordan, a dude that we've had debates about Frank Ocean versus Childish Gambino and Frank Ocean being overrated. Arshawn. Arshawn making the list. This is interesting. Arshawn and I have an interesting history. He was talking about being white in the space, and people told him, you are a visitor in the space. You are a guest in the culture. He said, huh? And he got mad about it, and oh man, that's BS of that. And even in his apology, and still sensed he didn't really care about people saying it, and he thought people were just being racist. Guess what, brother? You don't get to choose when you're a guest. Take your shoes off at the door. Anyway, shouts out to Arshawn for making the list. He does work his behind off, I'm not going to lie. And he's really tapped in to what a lot of the kids are listening to. So shout out to Arshawn. Tapped in with the underground. Kids take over. So Annabelle got to be on this year. If Arshawn's on it, Annabelle has to be on with that good stuff. If you know, you know. So let's see. 22, Angela Yee, 22. Dang, they're not playing. She low. Zias and Bilu, 24. Angela Yee, 24. And if Arshawn on the list, I feel like Annabelle got to be on the list. That good-ish. Way up with Angela Yee, your lip service. She had the Layla interview too this past year, right? Bootleg Kev, 21. Oh, that's low too. Who is the top 20? Big Boy, 20? Oh, what? That's crazy. Let's see. Nadeska, 19. Okay. Nadeska, 19. I kind of get it. She took a step back. She had obviously the big moment, the biggest moment I feel like of the year with the Kendrick interview at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know what I'm saying, that didn't go viral or anything like that beyond the week of the Super Bowl, but still, she still conducted that. Shouts out to Nadeska. Let me see what this is. The Nadeska Show Rap Life Review. Textbook interviewing skills and the ability to provide fair, nuanced commentary about trending topics. At the top of the year, during one of the most dominant runs that we ever seen from a rapper, Kendrick Lamar gave exactly one video interview, one of the hosts in Nadeska. That moment, which came as a part of Apple Music's Super Bowl halftime show coverage, reminded fans why she belongs on this list. The conversation was so thoughtful and measured. Yes, it touched on aspects of the beef, but it wasn't sensationalized. That's because she had to run it by a screen. Had to screen the questions. In many ways, it showcased Nadesta's strength. It's built on reputation for covering and reporting on hip-hop with integrity, being a consistent voice on Rap Live Review. Allison Bettinelli. 18, DDG? DDG Hip-Hop Media? DDG is hip-hop. He ain't no hip-hop me. He hip-hop. Oh, that's... Okay, all right. All right, Complex, bro. Complex to have Big Boy in the hip hop media rankings at 20, the legendary Big Boy, and DDG at 18 is insane. That's rage bait. DDG on Twitch, blending his skills as a content creator and rapper to create. What? I have a prediction. Next year, either DDG will either completely be off this list or top 3. He's one of the most famous people here with his romantic relationships constantly making headlines and his antics at Streamer University dominating coverage. But is he really a part of hip-hop media? You could argue that for a stretch he was. He's become a leader in hip-hop streaming world, taking the ethos of Boy Max's In the Booth series to another level, recording an album live on stream. That was 1 week. All right, bro. Like, come on, bro. All right, man. Elliot Wilson. Oh, Elliot gonna be pissed. Elliot was like number 9 last year. Oh, Elliot gonna be mad, bro. He was 5 last. Oh, he gonna be mad. They got DDG 18. DDG 18 has to be rage bait, bro. DDG ain't do no come on, dog. DJ Head 16. DJ Head definitely deserved to be on the list. He had a big year. All right, 15. Come on, bro. They podcast started last month. Man, Complex BSing, bro. Y'all BSing, dog. This list some BS. That's why ain't no one talk about it. 14, Shannon Sharp. Come on, bro. Shannon Sharp don't even be interviewing rappers, bro. He don't even be interviewing. He interview mostly comedians, social media influencers. 2 Chainz, Damian Wayans, Kai Cenat. One of the 3 is a rapper. What are they trying to say with hip? Man, come on, bro. Trap Lord Ross. Trap Lord Ross be putting in that work. Cannot deny Trap Lord Ross, bro. Ebro 12. Okay. All right. Nori 11. Drink Champs ain't really have no moments like that for real in the past year. They got big names that you guys see: Will Smith, 8Ball, and MJG, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg. But they ain't have no moments like they used to have. They used to have the moments. You know what I'm saying? Gilly and Wallow, cannot be mad at that. Shouts out to $1 million worth of game. Can't be mad at that. Top 10. Rory and Maul, can't be mad at that. Them jokers had some moments. Them boys is them boys. They it. Anthony Fantano, cannot be all the way mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Needle Drop is kind of loses its relevancy, but like rappers still care because I think they really, you know what I'm saying, cling on to when they was like coming up and how big of a deal he was like as kids. And now they're in the game, and you know, for him to review their stuff is still a big deal. And you know, he still make headlines for his reviews, even though it's like he don't even consider himself a hip hop guy. Like I think the internet just kind of made him one. Like continue pushing him to review hip hop albums and things of that sort. So shout out to Needle Drop, bro. Nardvar 7, Legend always got to be up there. 6, DJ Vlad. Oh, controversial, but okay. He was 6 last year. All right, well, there it is. Someone said he helped establish clip culture by breaking down long hour-plus interviews into dozens of smaller clips he could eat out. True. Cast a wider net, interviewing people from the old school, semi-forgotten legends to fringe up-and-coming street rappers, pretty much skipping A-listers entirely, zeroed in on whispers, rumors, and online speculation, which also led to rappers' confession. Okay, that isn't a good thing, though. Charlemagne at 5, okay. So he slipped from 4 to 5. Type Boy Max at 4. Max, I can't get mad at Max being that high. I can't. Max changed the game with In the Booth, bro. I can't even be mad at that, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. And so they got Joe Budden number 3. So they got Kai and who else is in the top 3? Kai and who? Speed? Aiden Ross? Academics. So they got Kai over Academics? All right, bro. Okay, Complex. And shouts out to Kai, but like Kai always says, like, I'm not him. I mean, I'm not a music reviewer. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he the biggest, but he's not. I feel like hip hop kind of knowledge and expertise. Like, I'm Dante's not on this list. You know what I'm saying? I'm Dante's not on this list. And the top 2, they not even know hip hop dudes like that for real. Like Act and Kai is not hip hop dudes like that for real. Like that should matter. That good stuff ain't up here still. Elsie, Natalise ain't she ain't up here? She had a huge year. Complex, bro. Like, what are we doing? This John Camille dude, I don't even know, bro. I mean, but New York Times with their podcast, they did have a nice year. They had Andre 3000, a few nice, good A-list interviews. Shouts out to New York Times. But dang, bro, what the heck? Like, Complex got to tighten up. And you got to, like, narrow down what you're looking for, bro, because DDG at 18 don't even make sense. Like, Max makes sense. But DDG, he ain't just, you know what I'm saying? He not just doing that. Like, that's not his thing. That was Max's thing. And he do the Song Wars and all that. Like, I don't know, bro. DDG is hip-hop. He not a hip-hop media.
Chamberlain's 100-point game is 100% real. And if you actually do not believe that it happened, then I'm worried about you. Basically, any skepticism about the entire existence of the game seems to start with the fact that there's no video footage. But you have to understand that was not at all uncommon in 1962 for the NBA, which was not at all a popular league at the time, especially for this game, which was played at an even smaller venue in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Also, lack of video footage does not at all mean lack of evidence. There's a radio broadcast of the game, and there were, I don't know, thousands of fans in attendance, along with statisticians and announcers, and of course, 24 players. In fact, several players who were on the receiving.
I probably said this before, but I really wanted to interview Al Ados about this game, and he passed away before I got the opportunity to get a hold of him. But shout out to Al Ados, God rest his soul. Shout out to the Aggies. Shout out to A&T, man.
End of this 100-point performance were vocal about the fact that they were not happy about this game. Pablo Torre pretty recently did a great deep dive into this whole topic, and as part of that, he brought up an old interview done with Daryl Imhoff. Shout out Cal Bears legend, Hoop Grid's legend, Daryl Imhoff, who was guarding Wilt for a large portion of the game and actually fouled out in doing so. And old Daryl was pissed about the fact that Wilt hung 100 on them, but he, of course, didn't deny that the game happened. What he said is that the refs gave Wilt a super favorable whistle, and that at the end, the game devolved into a completely insane stat padding clown show, which it did, which is another reason the skepticism about whether or not the 100-point game actually happened doesn't make sense. Wilt scored 100 in the lamest way possible. If you were going to somehow concoct this myth, which would never be possible, you would make it like the perfect game, right? That's not how it went down. The Warriors were fouling up 20 in the final minutes just to get Wilt more touches to try to get 100. He took 21 shots in the fourth quarter alone. He took 63 shots overall in the game and 32 free throws. So it's not like this was the immaculate performance of all performances. This was the most selfish at the time, stat-obsessed player in basketball history trying to pull off an achievement that nobody else ever had. And when you consider that this was such a ridiculously fast-paced era of basketball, teams were averaging like 130 possessions per game, and that this season, Wilt averaged 50 points per game against just 2 assists per game, by the way. And then you consider the final score of this game was 169 to 147. And you consider that, yes, Wilt was very obsessed with his own numbers as a basketball player, and that he very brazenly prioritized that in this game in an egregious fashion. And call me crazy, I think it all just makes sense. I'm not sitting here trying to call this the greatest performance ever. In fact, I think Wilt's 1962 season is actually overrated. To me, he clearly peaked a good bit higher in 1967 when he maxed out his efficiency as a scorer, was bringing you elite playmaking value, all-time defense, and rebounding. That's when he became the ultimate winning version of himself. But the 1962 version of Wilt was the one that was going to score 100 in a game, and he did. That's not up for debate. It happened. And if anybody responds to this with something like, oh, we have video of Babe Ruth, how do we not have footage of this game? You understand that you only have a little bit of footage of Babe Ruth, right? Just like we have footage of Wilt, absolutely, but we don't have footage of a vast majority of his games because Many of them weren't broadcast initially. Many that were broadcast were later taped over. Like, this is the 1960s, man. It was a totally different world in terms of the availability of video footage. And if you refuse to believe in historical events just because they lack video footage, even if they're otherwise well documented, well, that's really problematic, because that means you don't believe in 99% of human history, or at least you believe that you have the right to just arbitrarily cast doubts upon, again, well-documented, well-established historical moments. And that can lead to some very dangerous places. That can enable people to just deny reality whenever they decide they don't want to believe it. That's how you get people who deny the Holocaust and think all sorts of crazy things that unfortunately is increasingly common today. And of course, the stakes are not that high with Wilt's 100-point game, but this denial of history becoming increasingly mainstream is insane in all forms and is very bad in all forms. You did not have to witness George Washington and the boys cross the Delaware River for it to have actually happened. Unfortunately, nobody was there to live tweet that one. Yet it happened all the same. History is real, and so was Wilt's 100-point game.
Let me see if I can find an interview of him talking about it. I was going to look it up in my free time, but I want to look it up now. Just you know, so when I send this to my boy, all right, hold on.
Points in one game, which I believe was versus the Knicks, 1962.
That's right.
Is that right?
It's a long time ago. Right.
Was there a point? 100 points in one game. Was there a point where just the other team like left and made sandwiches on the bench? I mean,
well, I really wish it was. Actually, they were really very embarrassed about the whole thing. And so they were mad at me, you know, and I was just out there trying to have fun.
At 85 points, did you start to feel bad a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
and the people
I'll just try and miss this one. 100 points.
And I did that. I know. I did that. Then my mother scolded me when I got home. You should be ashamed of yourself. You know, it was not an easy night.
No.
Yeah, because I had a lot of friends on the Knicks.
100 points.
Because I had a lot of friends on the Knicks. Oh, this dude's an a-hole. Rest in peace to Wilt. Oh my goodness. Jeez Louise. I felt bad because I had a lot of friends on the Knicks. It's crazy. Here's a video of the McDonald's employee.
Calling file number 25254FY, People versus Afadi Badu Muhammad.
That's being Badu Muhammad, but I also go by Risen Phoenix.
Thank you. You're here today for your probable cause conference. They're asking that this matter be adjourned for discovery, number one, and number two, you want it referred to the Forensic Center for Competency and Culpability. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Counsel does request at this time that Mr. Muhammad be referred to the Forensic Center for this matter. It's my understanding that Ms. Muhammad herself personally objects to the referral at this time.
What is the factual basis that you rely on for the referral?
Your Honor, based upon my observations of the case and reviewing the case, specifically the police reports, and then again my observations and interacting with Ms. Muhammad, I need to check those two boxes. Meaning, I need to make sure that one, she is competent to stand trial, and then two, that there's not an issue in regards to responsibility or culpability.
I will refer it on both. You know, we only need one to go forward on the competency. Have a review day on September 3rd at
September
1
3rd?
p.m.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's cooked, bro. She went in court and said, "My name's so-and-so Muhammad, but I also go by Rising Phoenix." You want to say that in a court of law? When you charge with the things you charge for? Oh, yeah. Take this test for me real quick. Appreciate you. This was the most viral video of the day. OF model Wolson Pie is going viral after her ex-boyfriend of 2 years released videos accusing her of being during their relationship. So I know you have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes on YouTube before you play things of this nature that could be a bit of extreme. So we are gonna let the 2 minutes go by. I know somebody else put up a post about this situation. A couple of people did, and I'll usually pull those up after, but I'll pull them up beforehand just to get to these 2 minutes. I'm on IG crying, bro. That Woosin Pie chick was out here literally herself and running into the door trying to break her nose, and we will look at that later. Yeah. This was the news of the day on social media for sure. And then this lady said, Tony Childs, or that's her name on here. Majority of SWers are hyper evil and suffer from past trauma. You're a fool if you get into a committed relationship with someone who is in that line of work. And yeah, there's that. So with that being said, I believe we might be at 2 minutes. The 2 minute mark. I'll give it 15 more seconds, and then I'll get to it. I'll just look 15 seconds on the stopwatch. All right, I just started the stopwatch. At 15 seconds, we are going. Woosin Pay, Woosin Pie, Woosin Pay. Viral video of the day of her ex-boyfriend releasing these videos accusing her of very serious things. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. I'm live each and every single day on this channel, and I chop up the clips every single day. It might be the next day, it might be the day of, you just never know. And I hope you all are taking care of yourself. I hope you all are staying hydrated, staying safe, staying warm if you're cold, whatever the case might be. And blessings and peace to you. Have a prosperous and blessed 2025. And we are coming up on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's get into it. It's time. Oh. No, yo. Bro, what? She was doing all this for what? Oh, she was tweaking. Oh, he shared a compilation.
Alexandra, come on, bro. What is you doing, bro? Come, Alexandra, this is a scene, man. What is you doing, bro?
I don't.
Can you come inside so we can talk? Let's talk.
I don't want to talk.
Alexandra.
I want to die. I'm pleading my case to you because I sincerely want to die.
Alexandra, come
I know
on.
I can't do it myself, bro. I know I can't do it myself, so I'll make you do it. But I can't do it, bro.
What's going on? Why are we running into traffic?
Oh my goodness.
Just make her act me because I want to kill myself.
Okay. Why? What's going on?
I don't want to be here.
Hey.
I don't want to be here.
Breathe. Okay. Hold on. Breathe. Okay, you want to go?
Yes.
So I'm gonna call you back, huh?
Make this as simple as possible.
You can literally arrest him for fraud right now. For literal, this apartment is behind his name.
If they wanted us to kick him out, they would have told us to do that by now. And on top of that, we can't even kick him out. It's a civil process.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, you see stuff like this for the behind the scenes up front, it might look so, oh, she's so pretty, she this, she that man got it made, he a lucky man. Man, you don't know what's going on, bro, behind the scenes, dog. Never. That was crazy. Let me see. She tried to herself. Oh my goodness. And frame him for it? Oh, I know he was sick. Man, I see these toxic up and downs, bro. I don't want no parts of it, bro. I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want no parts of it. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, next scene, next, man. Pray for both sides. Pray for her that she gets the healing and whatever she needs, the help she needs, and things of that sort. Pray for Buddy, the victim, getting out of the situation and stuff as well. Nobody wins in a situation like that. And if you're in a toxic relationship or you find yourself in toxic patterns, bro, free yourself, please. Ain't worth it. GloRilla said, crazy. My house got home invaded on Saturday while I was in Indianapolis performing at WNBA All-Star Game. And instead of focusing on finding the suspects, they focused on some cannabis. So no, I wasn't busted. Number 2, my house got robbed. And number 3, I wasn't home. Long story short, my house gets home invaded, and I'm the only one that got arrested. So that's the T. Terrible to hear from GloRilla. I'm glad she was able to tell her story and things of that sort. And I wish the best for her safety and everything like that. But that happens when you call the people who were supposed to help you. You know what can happen, bro. In Georgia, in certain counties, that stuff is legal, especially under a certain size. It's just a ticket. And so for that to end up in an arrest is crazy. In her own home is insane. Next up is Tyler, Creator, explaining the album.
Bitch, I'm tired. God damn.
He's doing this in the middle of tour, which is crazy, bro.
Man. This Chromacopia tour is from February 6th to September 23rd, dog. I'm so tired. Mentally, physically, I'm fucking beat. But making this shit on tour, this album, this 10-song, 30-minute thing, was giving me so much life on these motherfucking tour buses.
I probably made it on tour.
I didn't want to be precious with it. I just wanted to make shit that got straight to the point, that was turned. No fucking long intros, no long outros. I just want to get to the point because it was feeding me. And for y'all to come here tonight.
Say salute W. Tyler, bro. W. Tyler for sure, for sure. Great speeches at his shows always. You always gonna get those thoughtful words to the fans and things of that sort. You know, the big news from him today was also like he allegedly unfollowed Frank Ocean on Instagram. I'm not gonna make that the title of the video or anything like that. I'm just mentioning it here. Just because like we don't know nothing. He ain't speak on it. Frank ain't speak on it. Ain't nobody speak on it. So we'll let them, and it's none of our business until they speak on it. So we'll let them speak on it and go from there. Next scene's next. Free Chuck E. Cheese, bro. Free Chuck E. Cheese. A Chuck E. Cheese employee in full costume was arrested by Tallahassee officers for credit card fraud. Free Chuck E. Cheese, man. Free my brother Chuck E. Cheese, dog. Go back to the playpen or the ball pit. Let's see what it did. Chuck E. Cheese employee in mouse costume arrested by TBD for credit card fraud. This was written by Ariana Ortero. All right. So I apologize if I got your name wrong, Ariana. Social media is abuzz as locals share photos and videos of the renowned mouse Chuck E. Cheese being arrested by Tallahassee Police Department officers and being taken out of the restaurant as kids and families looked on. While some questioned why police couldn't wait until the man was out of his costume, another photo later shows the arrested man unmasked and his Chuck E. Cheese mascot head on top of the squad car. Dang. TPD confirmed the legitimacy of the photos and said that TBD arrested Jarmel Jones on 3 felonies. Dang, not Jarmel. Police spokesperson Alicia Hill said police were called to the parking lot of Chuck E. Cheese on July 3rd after a caller reported a stolen credit card. The victim met officers outside and said that they had a party at the pizza joint in June. Afterward, she noticed about $100 in fraudulent charges on her card from places she didn't shop at or hadn't been to. She was able to trace the activity to an employee at the restaurant at 2810 Scherer Road. Police initially identified the suspect as an employee who was checking stamps at the front door, but then they returned to make an arrest. They were advised by another employee that the suspect was now dressed as Chuck E. Cheese. Dang, they snitched. Dang. They walked over with the intention of just walking outside to put handcuffs on him outside of public view. According to police reports, one officer, while grabbing the employee, even referred to him as the character himself. Chucky, come with me, Chucky. Oh, snap. But when they approached him, he immediately tenses up and resists. And so at that point, they make the decision to put him in handcuffs, keeping in mind the safety of not only the customers, but the suspect, as well as the officers themselves, Hill continued. She said TPD doesn't have a specific policy on when arrests are appropriate in public, and the agencies relies on the officer discretion based on the safety of others, and ensuing a suspect can't destroy evidence. It is unfortunate that the person is the suspect of the investigation and who had to be the probable cause on what happened to be in a suit and in costume. She said, adding that other officers found a stolen credit card in possession, reached at the restaurant, and an employee said that he couldn't comment on the case. It's unfortunate that it happened here, he said, emphasizing the arrest didn't have much to do with the company. A member of Chuck E. Cheese parent company, CEC Entertainment, responded to an email from the Tallahassee Democrat asking for a comment. We are aware of the incident involving a part-time employee arrested at our Tallahassee location on Wednesday, July 23rd. We have taken the appropriate action concerning the subject employee, the email says. The employee with CEC Entertainment said that TPD has not reached out to them about the incident. Dang, look at Chuck E. Cheese. According to the County Clerk of Court's website, Jones was charged with 3 felonies: theft of a credit card, criminal use of personal identification information, and fraudulent use of a credit card over 2 times in 6 months. Jones was taken into custody and booked at the Leon County Jail, but has already been released on bond with his stolen credit card money. When you have, and that was a joke, when you have a victim outside, it doesn't matter what the dollar amount is, Hill said. She was the victim of fraud. Well, there it is, man. There it is. And shout out to William Hatefield. He also contributed to the report. Okay, so next, man. Interesting stuff.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
So there are 5 people taking the 5th Amendment. If you're innocent, why are you taking the 5th Amendment?
Uh-oh.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
My boy might just be cooked. We'll see. Who could it be? Chauncey. Billups.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
Bruh.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came.
Bruh.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed. Our notes are 3.1 as well. 3.1, 3.2. This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added. Yeah, you just added in a 3rd building. Is what that is. That's a 3rd building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago.
Bruh.
We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's
So
not new.
So we're going to yeah. So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1.
Hey, yo. He said that's the meme of the year. He said even he's like, what are you talking about? That's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious. Big Nate in the building. What's happening, Big Nate? Candace Owens, she said, see you in court.
You were born a man and you will die a man. That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. Figure it out real quick. However you want to go about this. Hey, how about just giving us some pictures again of you growing up, raising your children? That would be fine. For whatever reason, to phone, by the way, like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it. Right? That is what discovery is for. I'm going to ask a lot of questions. You're probably hoping, this will go away, and at least we'll say we sued her. We'll say we went after her. She'll probably file for this to get dismissed. I'd like to make it to discovery. I think that we owe that to the world. Anyways, you guys, we are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
Candace Owens be talking that talk. I ain't going to lie to you. Watch Candace Owens just pour gasoline into the Macron lawsuit. Straight up telling Bridget, you were born a man and you're a man. I'll see you in court. She's pleading. She's pledging to fight on behalf of the entire world, daring the French first family to drag this into discovery. So what they in court because she said that you're a man and she said you can't say that. That's like defamation. Where's there smoke, there's fire. Let her dig her own grave. Lisa's out of that. Thank you. He said, well, my name's Bennett. I ain't in it. So she sued with that. Dang. So they in court to just talk about is you a man or not. If I'm wrong in the comments, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know for sure. But that's what it's looking like. Okay. A few more things tonight. Howard is allegedly stealing money.
About if somebody at Howard is stealing money, I shut up because my father worked for Virginia Union University. They hired him to come in and find out where was the money going within the food court business of the school. My dad finds out where the money's going. Of course, somebody's stealing. Of course, the people that are stealing are secret boyfriend and girlfriend. Of course, somebody secretly done bought a house with the same amount that is valued at the same amount of the money that's been going missing. My father brings it to the attention of the higher ups. They find out who exactly it was. Because of their stature and tenure at the school, they fired my dad. And now the two people that are stealing, they still work there. So when it comes to the conversation about Howard, they know who it is. They don't care. I'm sorry. Bye.
Yeah. Well, I want to say with that.
And when it comes to the conversation,
that's messed up because Howard costs like $80,000 a year, bro. Howard like $50,000, $60,000 a semester. Howard too expensive to be doing all that. They that expensive, and the dorms be messed up. You know what I'm saying? The campus be messed up because obviously HBCUs less resources and things of that sort, and all of those shows. So that's just crazy, bro. That's crazy work. Tyga and Flo. Someone said at this point, Flo labels, they need to start paying these folks and release them from their record deal. They're going to keep leaving to the group members to be catching all this heat. It won't be any fan base to market to if they keep this up. They're talking about Flo having to style themselves, not having a stylist, not having a hair and makeup person and everything like that. In Georgia, speaking up about it, like, nah, we don't have a stylist anymore. So here we go. Side note, Tyler posted a video saying she's doing her own hair in Barbados. They're in a big festival because her label cut her budget. Between that and Flo, I think we need to open up a bigger conversation about the state of the industry. And somebody else said something after that. Someone said, also, this should be a legend that we should all shut the F up when it comes to legal cases, which again should be a given. I swear my fellow Gen Z could be so stupid when it comes to social media and these mass communications. And then someone broke it down like this. I highly doubt Tyler or Flo are making legit money, and a lot of people conflate internet hype with IRL hype And that's why Tyler is having to do her own hair for a show that is shocking to some. At the end of the day, they're saying, like, if you sign a record deal, you get that advance, you got to make that money back. You know what I'm saying? And got to make that money back one way or another. And that's why folks is, you know what I'm saying? If record sales is low, you got to make that money back. What's funny, I was literally there 3 weeks ago with the summer program for a tour. Howard, yeah, for sure. It's a nice campus. It's all politics. Yeah, it's a nice campus, but like the dorms be having, you know what I'm saying? The halls and stuff like that. I'm saying this because my sister went to Howard. And you know what I mean? It just is what it is. Zero was happening. You have to have a lawyer read that thing 100%. It also depends on the contract they sign. Yeah, but more than likely it was like a so Russ broke it down. Russ broke it down beautifully, bro. I'll pull up Russ speaking about it. Because he's, you know, someone in the industry and everything like that. And I feel like he could break it down just better. Here we go. Hold on. Let me pull up this Russ thing real quick. All right, here we go.
Sir, how did you get rich?
Jesus. Making music. I'm a musician.
Most musicians aren't rich.
That's because most musicians don't own their music,
So
fortunately.
you own your music?
Yeah.
So how much money do you make? Like, what's the most amount of money you made
this
in a
is
year?
so many.
Across everything. What's the most amount of money you made in a year?
This year is looking like it's going to be the biggest one.
How much?
I'll probably do 25.
45
million,
million?
yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I go all over the world interviewing the richest people to help the younger generation. Can I
Sure.
interview you for a minute real quick for the channel?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Who am I here with today?
Russ.
What was the turning point to getting into the music industry? Did you always know that you wanted to become an artist, or?
I always wanted to be an artist. I think from a very early age, I don't know, I guess I was just fascinated with rap. I loved it. I loved the idea of making music, expressing myself. So,
But I had brought up to you how most musicians do not end up making a lot of money. What is the blueprint to building wealth as a musician? How can somebody become wealthy off music?
you got to own the music.
How is that possible?
By not selling it away to somebody.
So most artists, they sell their music away.
Yeah, I mean, most artists, when they do a record deal, they give away the ownership to their master. The master is the song. So when you sell that, you don't own it anymore. So for me, I own all my masters and I have 500 something songs out. So I don't need one song to make me $1 million. I can have 500 songs making whatever the math is.
Did you turn down a lot of money?
Yeah, I've turned down a lot of money.
How much?
Most money I've ever turned down is $50 million.
So if somebody wanted to give you $50 million to own the rights to your music,
Yeah.
why did you take the money?
So I don't need the money.
You don't need the money.
No,
Cool.
and it's just like it's a morality thing, I think. That to me is the definition of selling your soul. I'm not going to judge you, I guess. Well, yeah. I don't want to judge you if you do it. But for me, it's like, man, if we can all agree that music is the extension of our soul and it's the sound of our soul, well, then if you sell away the ownership of your music to somebody for money, isn't that selling your soul, like in its literal definition?
You think a lot of people operate out of scarcity?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think most artists are living check to check.
Why are they living paycheck to paycheck?
Because they get paid semi-annually, and that's if they're recouped. So meaning, like, if I give you $2 million and your music didn't make $2 million back, you're not going to see another check from the label. Because once again, let's look at it just simply. I'm me. If I give you $2 million and you say, yeah, it's for my music, and I say, cool, when your music has made $2 million back, give me back my investment, then everything after that is split 50-50. Well, if you never make back the $2 million,
You burn that shit, yeah.
of course you're not going to see another check from me for what? You didn't even make back the $2 million. So a lot of artists, they're unrecouped. They spent that $2 million. They spent that advance. So they're not even going to get those semi-annual checks. And if you are recouped, you're going to get 2 checks a year from the label. And that's why you get this whole fucking narrative of people being like, well, you got to tour. That's where the money is. No, man, the money is in music. The money is owning the music. I hate all this fucking nonsense of like, there's no money in music. Stop saying that shit. It's fucking wrong. And you're misleading people. If there's no money in music, why do the labels who don't tour and don't own publishing make billions of dollars off of owning the music? If there's no money in music, how are they making money in music? Stop saying that shit. Just admit you're fucking dumb and wrong. You know what I mean? Just say you don't get it.
There's a saying that it's easy to make a lot of money. It's hard to keep a lot of money.
Yeah.
You made millions off your music. How do you preserve that wealth? How do you make your money work for you?
It's just like a well-oiled machine at this point, man. Like I said, I have a vast catalog that I'm fortunate enough to have fans just stream constantly. Like money is being made right now as we're talking, just because there's people listening to my music right now that I own. So just, I don't know, it just kind of makes itself.
Do you invest your money though?
Yeah.
Into what?
The music. Yeah. Like honestly, man, my number one investment is the music. I've never seen an ROI like music. For example, I've spent $9 on a song and made $2 million off of it.
How did you make that much money off of one song? How was that possible?
Because back when TuneCore, when it was $9.99 to upload a song, I distributed it for $9.99, Psycho Part 2, and spent no money marketing it. I made the beat, did everything myself, and it's made $2 million just on the master side.
What's the greatest piece of advice that you've ever received?
Faith requires more than 48 hours.
What does that mean?
For me as an artist, you guys too, right? You know, you create stuff and you put it out there. You might put out a video and it like does jack shit, it flops, but it's been 48 hours. It's like, bro, like let go a little bit. And so for me, with songs as artists, we get so married to them. These are like our kids and we're putting them out there to the world and we think they're beautiful and perfect. And then the world might tell us otherwise. And we're like, oh my God, what do you mean? This is the greatest song ever. It's been a week. You know what I mean, give it a year, give it 2, give it 10.
Have you had a lot of haters?
Yeah, tons.
So for somebody who's starting to pop off, how do you deal with that? What's your best advice to somebody either on that come up? I have a saying that nobody else's thoughts ever paid my bills.
I like all that kind of stuff to like, nah, fuck them. And it doesn't matter what people think. And we're in the music business where quite literally what people think about us is what pays our bills. This isn't sports. Sports is if I go out tonight or for the season and I average 25, 10, and 6, you all can hate my fucking guts. I'm averaging 25, 10, and 6. Those are finite numbers and I'm getting a fucking contract, period, right? With music, it's like our whole career and our livelihood is based off of jersey sales in a sense, which is how much do you like the fucking player? It's not a finite thing. So it's tough. It's like being a successful artist, a lot of it does have to do with public relations and how people feel about you and if they like you or not. So the whole notion of telling artists, oh, you shouldn't care who likes you. It's like, it's kind of like what this whole thing is based off of, right? If you're trying to do it as a living. But what I would say to people is if you're dealing with hate and you're an artist, drop your way through it. Keep dropping songs.
What's the number one book everybody should read?
Young men need to read Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill and master the 3 appetites. Master your sexual appetite, the appetite of literally like what goes in your body, and the appetite of your need to express loosely formed opinions.
What keeps people broke in today's world?
Chasing pussy.
For real?
Yeah.
Have you seen that kill people's ambition?
Yeah. Put it like this. Men are losing to lust. For sure.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. That was fire, man. That was awesome,
Thanks,
man.
All right. So there it is right there. There it is right there. I think, you know, with both Tyler and Flo, they're both new artists. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally just brought up Flo to 0 for the first time the other night. And Tyler, Water was like, even though it feels like 3 years ago, that was only like 2 years ago, Water. So it's like from Tyler's perspective, I remember she was doing an interview when she first popped, or she was doing a vlog, and she said, my dream is to go to America one day. Like I never been to America. Like I never imagined me even my music reaching people like Chris Brown and all these people and stuff like that who are American artists, large American artists, acknowledging my music. So she literally went from that to like being offered all the glitz and glamour and going and not only going to America, but living in LA and being this big diva and all this stuff. So you have that, right? And then, you know, for Flo, first time I heard of them, you know, was their first debut single. I don't even know the steps they took before then, because the first time I heard of them was their debut single. So it's like you got kids who probably singing. I don't know their story. They're probably singing together for a long time, decided to come together, or a label put them together, and they've been just trying to find a way to make it, and they made it with that, you know. And then they blew up off their first single. Like their first single hit, they became household names in the space of R&B, especially with girl groups and groups, period, because like Zero said, there aren't many groups these days in 2025. You know, they offer you, okay, we're going to give you a song, $3 million advance, $1 million for each of y'all. Y'all can make that back. And the album come out, and, you know, people still stuck on the debut single and the Missy Elliott single, and they not looking at the rest of the album. It's going to be difficult to make up that $5 million. So, or that $3 million. So, yeah, you know, that's just what it is. Tyler and I believe Flo are an American. Yeah. So they don't understand the culture and how evil the industry is. Plus they're young. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Like Flo, they're British. And Tyler's from, I would keep wanting to say Tyga. Tyler's from South Africa. Also, the thing about splitting money 3 different ways and you're still growing up. Yeah. That's the thing. But I mean, if you're really getting paid, say, like I said, if you're getting $3 million, what is $3 million? You know what I'm saying? He's split up among 3. Like, we all still get $1 million. I'm good with that. She's good with that. I'm good with that. We all good with that. You know what I mean? So yeah. And Zero talking about 360 deals. 100% can be into 360 deals. So I just wish best for both of those artists. I've never met Tyler before. She only, I think, waved at her. But Flo, I met them before, and I went to their first show in America. That's a fun fact. The first show in America was in Atlanta. Victoria Monet came out at the end of the show and gave them their flowers. This video all on my page for that. Look it up. But yeah, Flo, they good people. You know. So I just wish the best for them, and I hope they figure it out for sure, legally and financially, all those things. Because Tony Snow was talking about this on the Spaces earlier. You know, because Tony Snow he's still independent. He's one of the bigger independent artists, especially coming out of Atlanta. And he said, you know, they put in all these big words and these contracts. And he said, for me, I'm just a rapper, bro. He said, I'm a rapper. Like, I came from the trap. Like, how am I supposed to break down all of these, you know, contracts and what they're saying and all of these things and just understand it when they're throwing all this out at me? So I'd rather just keep my little buzz and own all my masters and continue to make more money this way with no middleman, you know? So there's that. Now the album sales are streaming sales and you make less on streams. And as an artist in the thing, ChatGPT, he said to break it down with the language of what it's saying. But yeah. Stream, like one sale is like 1,500 streams, like, which is crazy. So it's like that definitely cuts down on album sales numbers if everybody's just streaming instead of buying it. So yeah, for sure. It's a lot of hurdles, man, as a modern day artist. But I wish the best for them because Flo, they some cool people for sure. This was something random. I don't know what it is, but it looked funny, so I just added it. So let's see what this is. I don't know what this is.
Mayonnaise on your elbow? Just because you got mayonnaise on your elbow? Do you understand?
Agreed, Zero. There's not a lot of people that appreciate albums. But at the same time, a lot of people, you know, like a lot of niche album listeners, music lovers, they still appreciate albums because, you know, vinyls go crazy. You know what I'm saying? As wall decorations, as music lovers, as all of those things. People are really into vinyl. So people do care about albums, but on a grand scan, I don't think people care about albums as much as they used to because attention spans, bro, like people don't have attention spans to sit through an hour, you know, which is crazy, but it's just the reality of the situation.
On top of me, because you got mayonnaise on your elbow.
Get in your car.
Get off of me, mayonnaise. Move. Get back. You heard of mayonnaise. Get back, mayonnaise. Because you got mayonnaise on your elbow.
What in the
I
world?
ain't telling you to marry mayonnaise.
You being racist? Get in your car.
Oh, he's talking about his wife.
You better back up. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Oh, that's
what you
crazy.
gonna do? I'm the president, homie.
I don't care
I'm
what
the
you want. Get
president.
off me.
Uh-huh.
You better get in your car.
Yeah,
Check back.
thieves on top of thieves. Mayonnaise.
Oh,
all
wow.
on the elbow. All on the elbow.
Got her face.
Don't blame it on me.
Please. Okay.
Get on in there, Larry.
Come on, baby.
Davin,
Come on.
Mr. President of what?
Come on.
Nothing.
Elbow on his hair.
Oh, you don't have one on your elbow?
It ain't my fault.
Listen.
Look,
You married it.
get on your Mercedes.
You mayonnaise on the elbow.
Sell your ass out.
Mayonnaise on the elbow.
Okay, what does that even mean?
Mayonnaise on the elbow. She know what it means.
Here we go again.
No.
She know what it means.
Address me.
I'm the president
Of what?
of the homeowners association
Oh, because
of your house.
you don't own. I own this house, sir. Look.
I don't want you seeing none of this.
Take off.
Who you telling something
You ain't in
to?
trouble.
You got mayonnaise on your elbow, boy.
We want to do this again.
You a sellout.
Come on, man. Come on.
You married mayonnaise.
And what about you?
And you're a disgrace.
I'm the president. I'm the president.
And you're a disgrace to you.
Black Queens forever. No,
Mayonnaise
no,
on
no.
the elbow. Mayonnaise on the elbow. Mayonnaise on the elbow.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. He stood on all 10. Buddy Preston, he still stood on all 10. He stood on all 10, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shouts out to Buddy. I'm glad I reacted to that. And the last thing I had was Fonnie Willis.
Really quick.
A reporter pressed her about YSL Rico wasting people's resources and money, and she defended herself. So here we go.
It's not wrapped up.
It's about to be, though. Could we maybe talk about, you relied heavily on getting those murder convictions?
They say you want a super kick, dude. Hey, man, Black Queens forever, snow buddies. Hey, brother, I heard, no, I ain't even gonna go there. You know, if you don't have nothing to say, nice to say, don't say it at all, man. Prayers to the family, though. Prayers to the prayers to the family. If you know, you know, of the man, the most famous man who passed away today. Prayers to the family for sure. But if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Love my Black Queens, but you will not be in my personal space. You shouldn't have. No, that was a joke. That was a joke. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. That was a joke.
ISL case, but no one was convicted in this. What's your message to taxpayers who may say that this was a waste of taxpayer?
I'm a big fan of minding my business. I'm a big fan of minding my business for sure. I just want to put that out there. So even though it might not be the way that I grew, move and groove and things of that sort, right? I don't mean that I'm a hop into your house. Like, come on, bro. Like, what that man gonna do? Like, oh, let me drive her to the courthouse right now and divorce her? Like, no, bro. That's still gonna be his wife. I feel like it's just like same sex, right? You know what I mean? Like, what that's gonna do for me? You gotta let people do what they do, bro. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. As far as me and my household, we got enough things to focus on. That's how I feel about the situation.
Money and their time.
What I want to say to you as a reporter, and I want your other reporters to be responsible, is you keep going to defense attorneys who put their children in private schools, in communities that are not our communities, and really don't care about.
Who's Fonnie Willis? Fonnie Willis is the Fulton County district attorney. Fulton County is the county that Atlanta is in. And she made headlines because she pushed the RICOs on Donald Trump for alleging that he, tampered with the election in 2020, which would have took him out of the presidential race. But he beat the case. And then the other RICO was the YSL trial with Young Thug, the longest trial in Georgia history. And so, yeah. Back to this zero. Oh, no. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So I ain't even going. We're going to leave it at what you said.
The African American community. What you need to understand is there were 19 convictions. 7 I decided to null pros, mostly because they were doing life sentences on murder. Just yesterday, Channel 2, an affiliate, covered a YSL murder of a 21-year-old mother in front of her 2-year-old child. And go look at the statistics. Crime is down. So what taxpayers that I say, what my constituents say who just voted me by 68% is she's doing an amazing job. We are making sure that this community is safe, that crime is the lowest here of most places in the United States of America. I think we're like number 3, and it's because of the efforts I have done against gangs. Stop glorifying violence and stop making it that some victims don't matter, because victims of all races, of all.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll say this about Fonnie when she did that with YSL and everything like that. It scared everybody, bro. It scared everybody in the city. Like, it scared rappers. They like, we can't even rap no more. They're using the lyrics. What she did, she used YSL obviously as an example, but it worked. It worked because folks they disassociating and dropping everything, man.
All socioeconomic status match her. So stop talking to attorneys that don't live in Fulton at all. They live in safe neighborhoods. Their children go to safe schools. My children in these communities, they matter too.
Respectfully, Ms. Willis, I asked you about the 2 murder convictions that never came through. What's your message to taxpayers and to the taxpayers that may have...
My message to taxpayers is it was an amazing time. We had 19 convictions. The community is safer. We made sure that we got the resolutions we want. If they're unhappy with sentencing, they should elect other judges.
And you also relied heavily on the RICO law that you had
And
too.
I'm going to continue to rely on it because it works, it's effective, and it tells jurors the full message.
But other people may say with the other people that it wasn't
people weren't
effective.
elective as a DA.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, she's scared. She's scared the whole city of Atlanta, bro. She scared the whole Fulton County, and it led to decreased crime rates. So, hey, but she does need to get on Jimmy Atchison. Jimmy Hill, you know what I mean? Jimmy Hill, the father of Jimmy Atchison. We will be talking to him soon at some point. I don't know when, but he reached out to me. He wants me to continue to keep his son's name alive and stuff as he continues to fight for justice after, federal court dropped it, with the federal court judge appointed by Donald Trump back in, I think it was like 2018. He's the one that dropped the case and said that the cops didn't, move kind of irresponsibly when they came to unaliving Jimmy Atchison, who I believe was like a 21 or a 26-year-old father at the time. He was in his 20s, very young man. Jimmy Atchison, the video is now up on the channel if you want to watch the full story. But yeah, he's trying to retry it. And he says, hey, Fonnie Willis, if you're going to put all this attention into these famous people's cases, Donald Trump, Young Thug, what about my own son? My son's life mattered too. And what can you say when a father says that? You know what I'm saying? Zero said, I think it was 26. Yeah. But what do you say when a father says that my son's life mattered too? And you're kind of not putting the resources or the attention behind this case that it deserves. And so what does Jimmy do? Jimmy continues to say his name every single day on every platform. And we're going to continue to give Jimmy Hill that honor and that respect and that highlight here, because the cases with no famous people deserve attention too. They deserve resources too. And his family deserves some type of peace at night. He already lost his mom. Jimmy Atchison did. Jimmy's mom passed away from a broken heart because she couldn't take it, and his father is currently dealing with a few, health things and things of that sort. And so, all the family wants to see, in particular, his father especially, is some justice for his son. And I just hope that Fonnie Willis hears that and sees it, because I'm sure she does, because if I see it, then I'm sure she sees it. I'm not in that line of work. I'm not even in Atlanta. So if I see it, I know she sees it. And she addresses it, and she gives that case and those people the time and attention they deserve, man, to get that man his justice, bro. They only focus on high-profile cases that grab attention for rejection purposes, for re-election purposes. Facts. I agree with that, Zero. I agree with that, Zero. But like I said, in terms of wasting the taxpayers' money, I would say, like I said, that YSL scared so many folks, bro. Ain't nobody, people scared to mention something on songs now, bro. Other than the YN, like the YN. But even Lil Tony switched up. He talked about lyrical and, you know what I'm saying, all the positive things now, which we had the conversation about. Legendary interview. I felt like that was the turning point for Tony. I'm so proud of him. I got to say that every single time I mention him. Shouts out to T Key for sure. But yeah, man, that's all I have for tonight. I'm halfway dozing off. I don't want to start slurring my words, everything like that. Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, man. Rest in peace to Theo. Yeah. That's how Bobby Shmurda. Exactly. See, rappers don't even want to rap about certain things anymore. They're like, I'm cool, bro. I'm so cool. But yeah, man. Fonnie changed the game for sure with that. Or Fanny. The Fonnie. I hope everybody has a good day. I'll be back on stream tomorrow. Hopefully I have a little more energy, just because I just got off of doing 1 a.m. and we went nearly 3 hours. So that's why I'm a little just drowsy right now. But everybody watching this, Zero, Big Nate, appreciate y'all showing love in the chat as always. And and have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Yes, sir. Ozzy Osbourne, for sure. Sharon. Pray for Sharon and the family, for sure. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good evening. Nobody else told you today. I care for you. I'll be back tomorrow. And I promise I will have more energy. I promise y'all. All right. See y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Each and every single day. Y'all make it a great Friday. All right.
Rashad, why you
anyway.
didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's
up,
Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.